Hi, my name's Kaylee Ryan. I'm originally from Gardiner, California. I went to school at Colorado State where I got my Bachelor's of Science in Animal Science. I found out about this program through one of my professors at Colorado State. That being said, it was Dr. Jason Ahola, and he was my seed stock merchandising team advisor, and I was just kind of talking with him to see, he wanted to know what I was doing after graduation, and I told him I didn't really have a whole lot planned because I didn't know. I needed to find something to do, and I just applied for it. He told me about it. He said it would be a great opportunity. She wasn't lying, so that's good. And I applied for it, and here I am. I knew that it was a really good seed stock operation. I didn't really know where Ashland, Kansas was. I heard a little bit about it from all the social media about the fire, so I had limited knowledge about the actual basis of the program, but I knew generally who they were and that they had good Angus cattle. But there can be any days that we're riding horseback, gathering cows, pears, whatever, you name it, or we're sorting down here in the bullpens, or we're on the road with Mark. It kind of depends on what we're doing, but we wake up, get ready, and get here at 8 o'clock in the morning, and we can be here till 2 o'clock, we could be here till 7 o'clock. It kind of just depends on what we're doing, and it seems funny because I feel like people think, oh, you're working on a ranch, you kind of have X, Y, and Z that you know you have to do, but it changes so much out here, and I'm really grateful for that because it keeps things interesting, and you never know who you're working with, whether it's Cole, Kayla, Ransom, Mark, Greg, Grant. I mean, you name it, it's different every day, and it's been a fun ride. So I actually am AI certified, so I knew the gist about it, and I want to go into reproduction, so I kind of knew a little bit about ET and AI and kind of how all the process works. But when you put it at this magnitude, no one can really prepare you for what's going on, because it's just, you're looking at breeding 300 heifers one day, 300 the next day, and so on and so forth until they're all done. But the scale of ET and AI here is kind of mind-boggling because there's just so much that you have to get done in such a little amount of time, because I had limited knowledge about it, but with these guys that do it every season, twice a year, 3 times a year, whatever it may be, that they just run through it like it's secondhand knowledge. So they've done really well at explaining what they're doing, but it's just kind of, you can't prepare yourself enough for it. This past semester, I was managing catering operation, which was working with people, but it was kind of delegating and everything. And so it's just different here in the sense that you're working with live animals and you're working with, in my case, 3 other interns, which is great, and I love that. But it's also kind of unpredictable in the sense that you have to know where everyone is at in terms of working with cattle and make sure that the job gets done in the right way, in an efficient way. And so I think that's kind of been the most challenging part for me, is to kind of take that backseat perspective to make sure that the job gets done correctly, and while kind of keeping this great relationship that we all have with us interns. So that's kind of been a challenging part, or at least a challenging aspect on my perspective, but it's been a great opportunity, and I've loved every second of it. And it's not so much being pushed out of my comfort zone throughout this internship, but rather just kind of a life lesson sort of thing. Because I had no idea that I was coming into this, what I would take out of it, minus the fact that I'd be working on a ranch and the day-to-day things are so that you just know you're going to do. But I think the people here really push you out of your comfort zone in the sense that you have no idea what you're coming into, and I've taken so much out of this, so I think that's kind of really the big message from my experiences here, that they interact with people and kind of their expectations of people is I've never met anyone or any family like it, to be honest. And so that has given us a lot of flexibility in this internship as a whole to really make it what you want. No one could have said that I would have learned more about people in this internship than cattle, and I would have laughed at them, because that's completely opposite. Like, I've learned more about people and how important relationships are, that in itself, I'm glad I did it. And I'm just being around and traveling with Mark to different farms and going to K-State and just talking with people I'm super blessed for that opportunity. This internship's really made me want to go back home and start a little ranch, even though that's probably everyone's dream coming from this place. But really, it's more instill the passion that was already there, just keeps igniting the flame, and it gets hotter and hotter. So this really has kind of pushed me to realize, okay, this is where I want to go. And it's another stepping stone of getting to that place. So it's been a great opportunity, and I really, really am appreciative to the whole family to kind of help me get to that spot.